back to my channel. I'm very excited for today's video. I have another update in my desperately need to downsize non-makeup project pan. So it's all other things beauty, and I just need to downsize and I need less clutter in like the beauty category around my home and more room for newborn and infant things. I mean, probably some skincare still, because we're gonna be needing some self-care moments in there. But anyway, this will be my second update. I had an intro and then another update, and then this will be my second update, and I will have a finale at the end of the year-ish, or maybe like beginning part of January. My goal, my like soft goal, is to finish 50 total products. I think I was only at 10 as of the last update. I do have quite a few additional empties to add, but I don't know that we'll quite hit 50 total empties. We're gonna see, But if you're interested in some products that I have recently finished off that are beauty related, but they're not makeup, stay tuned. First, if you have yet to subscribe to my channel and you like project panning content, palette themed content, or just hanging out and chit-chatting about makeup, then I hope you'll consider subscribing before moving on. And other than that, let's jump into the video. All right, many of the things that I finished last update, like as actual empties, have already been like recycled or thrown away. So check my description box for all the information, goals hit, products that I've already emptied out. But I am going to start with all of the new products that are empties, which I'm super excited about. Again, I have quite a few. We can start with the 2 Tree Hut scrubs that I have finished off. I have Raspberry Fizz and Palm Grove. It's so funny. My daughter and I were on the hunt for the cotton candy one all summer long. Could never find it. But there was one day we went into Target and they had like a whole display of like Tree Hut scrubs. And I want to say we went in for like ice cream bars or something. And every time my daughter and I go into Target, we'll like look at each other and be like, okay, we're literally just going in for whatever one thing it might be. And so we need to like lock in, and we are not spending more than, like we always say, we're not going to spend more than like $20. So we're walking to the ice cream bars, and in our Target, like the Tree Hut scrub, like we walked right by it, and Zoe and I looked at each other and we're like, oh my gosh, they have the cotton candy one. And then we went up there and they didn't have the cotton candy, but then we were both like, should we smell all the other ones? And inevitably we came home. I think we ended up buying 3 Tree Hut scrubs that day. And my daughter was just like laughing in the car once we got there. And she's like, Mom, we literally never make it out of Target with just the one thing that we wanted. And I was like, you're learning so young. Anyway, loved both of these. Palm Grove had a really beautiful, like, I'm so bad at describing scents. But it was more like clean yet earthy and fresh. And then Raspberry Fizz, usually I don't like a fruity or like a sweet scent, but there was something about this. Oh, I just like love, like it really did feel like fizzy raspberries, like not just like a straight raspberry, but a fizzy raspberry. So really enjoyed using both of these. I will say, I think my daughter and I both overused these, but there were like some times I would go into the bathroom after she used one and I was like, girl, did you use half of the Tree Hut scrub in one shower? So I feel like we went through these a little bit quicker than maybe we needed to. Nevertheless, I'm excited to have 2 empties. We do currently have 1 still going. I'll keep 1 going at all times, but I do want to try and not have like a overhaul of, is that even the right word? Like a plethora of back stock, at least at the moment. I have a couple of body washes that I finished up. So I have the Salt Air Pink Beach Skin Softening Serum Body Wash. I really like the Salt Air body oil, and I specifically really enjoy the shade Pink Beach. I will say more for the summertime. It definitely has that sort of like tropical, almost like you're on vacation sort of scent. I will say I did buy the body oil when my family and I were in Florida on vacation this past spring break, so that could be why I feel that way. Anyway, I was excited about the body wash because I really liked the scent. I feel like I just like haven't found the perfect body wash. Well, I take that back. I love the Salt and Stone body wash, but it's so expensive. So I was like, oh, maybe I'll love this. And it's like $12 versus $36. This burned in places that I feel like it didn't need to burn. And so therefore I was like, this is not for me. This is not for me. So alas, I think I have fully committed to the Salt and Stone. I am wrapping up my Rose and Oud one right now, and I did ask my sister for the Neroli one for Christmas. I smelled the Neroli one in store the other day. It smells so freaking good. I feel like I'm kind of over the Rose and Oud one, but the Neroli one smells so fresh and so good. So I think in the future I would just buy then the refills. It's just a gentle, nice body wash. This one just didn't work for me, so I personally would not buy that one again. And then the other one I have is the Naturium, the Perfector, the Salicylic Acid Body Wash. This I really, really liked. I definitely do plan to buy this again. I've been kind of like waiting to see if this goes on sale at like Ulta. I know I could also just buy it straight from the Naturium site, but sometimes it's just easier to buy not from the site. Anyway, I really like this because I do struggle a lot with like acne on my bootay and acne on the backs of my thighs. So this really helps with that. It's been a little bit since I've reached for this. Like I really desperately need to buy another one of these, but I really enjoyed that and I definitely would buy that again. All right, let's see. I have one toner for the face. I have the Fresh Rose Deep Hydration Facial Toner. I am truly down to just like the rose petals in here. I'm really excited to be done with this. I will say a toner is not like my most favorite skincare product. I do like to have like a micellar water in the morning and then like a toner for at night. This one was not my favorite and I personally wouldn't buy this one again. I do like the rose, the other one that doesn't have the petals in it. I think that one is the Deep Hydration Toner. That one I really like. I do struggle to pay full price for fresh products, but I would not buy this one again, even if it was on sale. I ended up buying this during the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty at half off. Wouldn't buy it even at half off again, just because, I don't know, the rose petals really got to be annoying in my opinion. But I'm happy to have that as an empty. And then a couple other skincare products that I have. I have this little mini Laneige Bouncy Firm Serum. I believe I got this like free gift with purchase. This is actually really nice. It feels like a nice, almost like cooling serum on the skin, but it gives really good, it does kind of give like this bouncy hydration. I feel like it just like brings my skin back to life. I want to work my way through a lot of my skincare, but this is something I would consider returning to. There are quite a few Laneige skincare products that I personally really like, and this is something I would consider potentially seeking out in a full size. Another skincare product I absolutely love, I do have another one of these currently going in my collection. It's from First Aid Beauty. It's the Ultra Repair Intense Hydration Cream. This is so good for a Minnesota girly in the wintertime. I have chronically dry skin and this just helps soothe my skin. It helps my skin just feel a little less red and dry and inflamed, and I absolutely love this one. It's perfect if you have sensitive skin. It is not scented, but it almost has this like light non-scented scent that it's just so calming, so nice. I have been using this for so many years. This is always like a go-to for me, so I'm very happy to have an empty because it means I used up a product. And actually this did have an expiration date on it, July of last year. Anyway, have another one of these already going in my collection. I did also finish up my Good Molecules Yerba Mate Wake Up Eye Gel. This is something I definitely would buy again. I feel like this is like a relatively good price considering that it is Good Molecules. I want to say it's under $20, and this is something that again kind of had that cooling gel sensation, and I just feel like it felt hydrating underneath the eyes. It wasn't too heavy and it just worked really, really well. I have a couple of other eye creams that I'm currently trying to get through, but then it would be time to purchase another eye cream or eye gel, and this is definitely one that is on my list. I like that it is more affordable as well. The last skincare product empty I have is the Elemis Pro Collagen Cleansing Balm. This is the just a little deluxe, a little mini. I also have a larger deluxe size that I am currently trying to also finish within this project. I like this. I feel like they make it a marine cleansing balm as well, and I prefer the marine line. There's something about the scent of that. This one just feels a little bit too thick and oily and heavy. It's not my favorite. I mean, I'm definitely going to still continue to use the other one that I have until it's emptied out. I also just personally prefer a cleansing oil over a cleansing balm. I don't love to like stick my dirty, grubby fingers into a potted skincare product. I just would rather pump out like an oil. Personal preference, but happy to have an empty. I have two hair care empties and then 2 fragrance empties, and then we'll get into all the other things that I'm currently still working on. So from Verb, I have the Light Hold Volume and Texture Spray. I do have another one of these currently going. I really do like this. I feel like even with my like thick, heavy hair, I do feel like this does add beautiful volume that does last in my hair. I also love the scent of Verb products. So this is something I would definitely consider continuing to have in my collection. Again, I already had a backup, so I didn't have to go out and purchase, but this is one that when I finish my backup, I would also consider buying this again. And then from Kerastase, I have the Elixir Ultimate Hair Oil. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is extremely expensive, but this smells really, really nice, and I do feel like this works really, really nicely. My top 3 hair oils, in no particular order, would be this, the Verb Ghost Oil, and the Moroccan Oil. I think honestly top 2 would be Verb and this one. I don't even know how this came into my life. I don't know if it was an advent calendar. I don't know if my sister gave this one to me. I definitely did not buy this. I don't think this is a full size either. Well, it's the 1.7. I don't know. I don't know how I got this, but I'm fairly confident Kerastase is a pretty expensive brand. But I'm not saying I would never buy this again, because I did really, really, really enjoy that. And then finally, I have 2 fragrance empties. So I did finish off the Acqua di Gioia from Giorgio Armani. I had purchased this during the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty. I will say I did really, really, really enjoy this when I first bought it. I think it's a really beautiful spring and summer scent. It has kind of that like fresh ocean air sort of scent to it. But I also think I used this too much in the first trimester, and I think I've quite possibly ruined this fragrance for me. So I don't think I would buy this again. It's a cute bottle, but I am going to recycle the bottle even. I feel like sometimes I'm like, do I want to keep this cute little fragrance bottle? And then I'm like, girl, why are we keeping empty bottles? As a beauty lover, like the things we do sometimes, like what? Anyway, I'm so excited to have a fragrance empty. That is really exciting to me. And then I also finished off the travel size of the YSL Libre Flower and Flames. I actually do have a full size of this one. I really like this one. Oh, it has a lavender note to it, and it is just like the perfect fall and winter like cozy scent without being like too much of like a heavy gourmand, which is not my personal preference. I also love like a woodsy, really musky sort of scent. I always joke that like I like the fragrances that smell like I've just like rolled down a grass dirt hill, but this is like softer, more feminine and pretty, yet still like cozy for the winter time. So it was a treat to get to use this one, and like I said, I have a full size, so I do have this one still in my collection. But again, very happy to have another fragrance empty. Okay, I have, I believe, 13 empties from this update. I think I had 10 or 11 last update, so I'm at like 24, 25. I have a bunch of other products that I have been working on in this project, and then I have a few more that I will roll in to see if I can finish before the end of the year. I have a couple products that I am working on that are not currently with me as well. But let's talk about some products that I do still think I could easily finish before the end of the year. So up first, I have the Amika The Wizard Detangling Primer. I am right here, and I have been focused on my hair care routine lately, so I do feel like with a little bit of effort, I definitely could have this as an empty before the end of the year. I also have the Biosance Squalane Vitamin C Dark Spot Serum. I'm about right here with this one. If I were to like put my mind to this, I think that I could finish this by the end of the year. It's hard to say because I'm like, I am so bad at like consistently reaching for skincare products. I'm like, how long would this actually take to finish up? But we'd be really close. So I definitely think this one is a possibility. This one should have already been an empty, but I've been kind of savoring this one. This is the Fenty Beauty Butta Drop, and this is from 2 holidays ago. I wish she would bring this one back. It smells like the cinnamon butter from Texas Roadhouse. Oh, it's so good. Anyway, I probably have like 1 to 2 more uses left with this, so this will definitely be an empty, sadly, before the end of the year. And then I also have the Fenty Toasted Marshmallow from last holiday. last holiday that she released, that I'm also working my way through, and I do think that will also be an empty by the end of the year. This one is also so close to being done. This is the Eye Duty Niacinamide Brightening Eye Cream from First Aid Beauty. I am literally so close to being done with this, maybe like a week or less away. This is actually a really beautiful product. It gives a really beautiful glowy sheen underneath the eyes. I don't know if this is still available anymore. This is older, but I definitely would buy this again. I love First Aid Beauty products, like I said. So, and I definitely have one of their eye creams currently like saved on my wish list. It might be this one, but in different packaging. This one I feel like I should finish as well. I was actually hoping to have this one done by this update, but I was focused on the First Aid Beauty moisturizer. This is from Peach Slices. It's the Snail Rescue All-in-One Deep Moisture Cream. This I do not have a lot left, and this is another really good one for kind of like deep hydration, something that really does offer me a lot of relief when I'm feeling super dry and just a lot of hydration. So I feel like I should have no issues finishing this up, and my skin will thank me for it. I'm not so sure about the Sunday Riley CEO 15% vitamin C. I really haven't started using this at all, and this one has vitamin C, so I'm going to use this up before I move on to the Sunday Riley one. But this is something I did want to attempt to finish up just because it is a deluxe size, so I don't need to be having all these deluxe sizes just lying around. I have 3 fragrances I'm also still working on. I think I may roll in 1 or 2 more deluxe size fragrances. I know I might not finish all of them, but it's fun to work on fragrance. So I have my replica Jazz Club, which I was about like up here last update, and I've used a decent amount of this. I actually put this in a different space in my backpack that I bring to work, and then I couldn't find this, but then I found it again. So with a little bit of effort, like if this was my main focus for December, I think I could come pretty close to finishing this one up. Then I also have my Fleur Vanilla Skin Mini. I've done a decent job of using this. I will say I definitely, maybe I won't roll any more fragrance in because I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to finish all of these up. This I don't necessarily know will be an empty by the end of the year, but I definitely think I could get like another third of this done, I think. This is a really beautiful vanilla scent. I feel like this one lasts a good amount of time too. And I have this in a full size, so I definitely can finish this one up. And then finally, well, I definitely feel like I could finish Replica and Sweet Ash. Sweet Ash from Sniff, I'm so close to being done with. I will say, I haven't been loving this one as much as I once did. It's never been one that I feel like I'm gonna buy again after I finish this, but it hasn't necessarily been hitting exactly right lately. But I have so little of this left. I do really just want to finish this one up and have another larger fragrance empty. A couple of body care products. These are all like tightening lotions, which I don't really believe in, but I have them, so I'm going to use them up. From Clarins, I have the Body Fit. I'm getting pretty close to finishing this one up. I would estimate I'm like about here. This one's supposed to be a thigh firming cream. I honestly don't think there's enough firming in the world right now to firm what's like happening to my body, which is okay. It's okay, but it's hard to like motivate myself to like reach for some of these products when I'm like, anyway. And then from Maleys, I have the Be Foxy Inner Thigh Firming Cream. There's a lot of jiggling. And then the Be Bouncy Boob Enhancing Gel, which I actually have been using just to get use out of. I don't feel like even with everyday use I could finish. For sure, I don't think I could finish these 2 by the end of the year. This one I feel like I could if I really focused on it. Oh, I missed a skincare product. I have the Bestie No. 9 Jelly Cleanser from Drunk Elephant. I would say I maybe have like a third of this one left. I definitely, with some effort, could finish this one up. My only issue with this is I usually prefer this in the morning because it is more of a gentle cleanser. And I haven't necessarily been cleansing every morning. I mostly just use like a micellar water. So it will just take me a little reminding. It never hurts to cleanse the face in the morning. So my skin will thank me. And so will me at the finale if I have this as an empty. This one I don't think I'm going to finish. It's the Briogio Superfood Banana and Coconut Soft Wave Texture Spray. if I didn't chop my hair, which my hair is already just like growing pretty well, but if I didn't chop my hair, I love this for doing my French braids and then having like the mermaid crimps. But I chopped my hair and I haven't even attempted to put my hair in braids since chopping it. We'll see when I start to do that again. I don't know. But anyway, I don't think I'm gonna finish that, is the moral of the story. Then I have my Style Edit Root Concealer. I use this like here to cover up my colic sometimes. The only issue I have with this is sometimes it like sputters or splatters, or I just get like some smudging along the hairline, and then it just like looks ridiculous. So I just don't always think to reach for this, but I will say I maybe have like a fourth of this left. And I do have the L'Oreal one too, which I would like to move on to finishing. The L'Oreal, I feel like I have about a fourth of that left too. I don't know that I care enough about this. Like I used to really care about my hairline. I don't know if I care enough anymore to continue to buy a product like this. I will say if you are someone who it has something that you want to cover up, it's a nice product. I just don't know if I personally care enough to continue to use products like this. Nevertheless, I don't even know if I were to use this every day, maybe I could finish it up before the end of the year. We'll see what happens. And then finally, I have my Rare Beauty Hair and Body Mist. I am about halfway through with this product. I feel like I am actually pretty good. Actually, I might spray a little bit of this in my hair today. This is a really beautiful, like cozy scent as well. I really like the scent of this, and I feel like I'm decent at reaching for this. Decent. But I think even if I were to reach for this every single day, I don't necessarily know that this would quite be an empty by the end of the year. But I guess only time will tell. Okay, I'm gonna go quickly grab the rest of the products that I want to like roll in and also focus on, and we will end with those. All right, I have 12 products that I want to roll in, and I really tried to like keep this to like smaller products that I actually have a chance of finishing before the end of the year. So I don't want to go crazy, but still, will we finish all these? Probably not. But one that I really should be able to finish is my Lancome Bifacile eye makeup remover. I do have like the up and up version of this. I feel like I have been like savoring this. I absolutely love this product. I think it is the best eye makeup remover on the market, but it's so expensive. I buy it only when I can get it half off. So if it's during like Ulta 21 Days of Beauty, or sometimes they have like the skincare event at the beginning of the year, which I'm really hoping they have it this year. I think I missed it last year by like one day. I just wasn't paying attention. I definitely would buy this again, but I really should just finish this up. I should just finish it up because we're so close. So I have that. Then I have my Eva NYC Freshen Up Invisible Dry Shampoo. I think I have less than a fourth of this left. And I have a couple other dry shampoos currently in rotation, and I just never even really reach for dry shampoo. So like, why do I have multiples? We can finish this up. It smells really good too. My issue though is just like I have such dark hair. It's really like this dry shampoo isn't the best for me. It's okay, we're gonna make it work. A couple other hair products that I have these two Way like 3-ounce bottles. I have the thick hair shampoo and then the thick hair conditioner. I maybe have 1 to 2 uses left with the conditioner, and maybe like 3, 4, or 5 left with the shampoo. I will say I actually did buy the shampoo in a full size. I love this shampoo. It suds up so nicely. Like I get such a good suds with it, but it does not feel dry or stripping of the hair. Like it still feels like my hair is moisturized. It is such a nice shampoo. And even my daughter was using this and she was like, Mom, can you like get more of this shampoo? And I was like, we're on the same page, sister. So I won't be needing the mini because I will have, well, I've already bought it. I don't need the mini anymore because I have the full size shampoo. And then the conditioner is fine, but I have other conditioners that I prefer over this one. So I just would like to use this up. I think this will be no problem to finish before the end of the year. This product from Revision Skincare, actually one of the girls that I work with gave this to me. It's a really nice, just hydrating serum. I feel like the last couple of times I've used this, it's kind of just like sputtered out. But again, I'm not great at like reaching for my skincare consistently. So I just want to give myself the excuse to finish this up, and I think I could do it with just a few more uses. And then another skincare product. I have my Glow Recipe Cloudberry Bright Cream. My daughter and I both use this one. I don't know that I would be able to finish this one before the end of the year, but I have really been enjoying this as my morning moisturizer. Sometimes I like cheap out on morning moisturizer and don't do it. I don't know why, just because I'm either being lazy or cheap. But like I have plenty of moisturizer, I should just be using it. So I do want to focus on using this as my morning moisturizer. It is really nice and hydrating, yet I feel like it sinks into my skin quickly, so I can go in with makeup pretty quickly after. And my daughter really does like this one too, so she can help me out a little bit. I do have actually quite a few more hair care products. They're all just little minis though, so I feel like especially with my thick hair, I should be able to get through these relatively quickly. I have the Bumble and Bumble Bond Building Repair Styling Cream. I recently like discovered the Abby Young hair method, and I will say I'm more focused on my hair health lately. So I've been having fun kind of playing around with hair products, and in the past I may have never thought that there was a use for a styling cream, because in my mind I'd be like, well, I only would use this if I was like actually styling my hair, which I rarely do. But I can just use this right after getting out of the shower, similar to the Oribe Imperial Blowout Transformative Styling Cream. I have maybe 1 or 2 uses left with that. And then from R&Co, I have the High Dive Moisture Shine Cream, which I will say I got the Oribe like Super Shine Moisture whatever in one of my advent calendars. I have fallen in love with that product. I'm like, why have I not known about like a moisturizing hair product after the shower? Like, why am I just now discovering it? It has made such a difference in my hair. I cannot tell you. I have been getting compliments from people in my real life about like the way my hair like looks. Literally, I went to an OB appointment last week and my OB was like, your hair looks fresher in the best way. And I was like, it is literally the Oribe. I ended up ordering it in a full size. I love it so much. So I'll be curious to see what I think about my this R&Co one. We'll see. We'll see. I really should have no problem finishing this up as well, because again, this is probably like 3 uses in my thick hair. Okay, I have one other skincare product. This is the Dr. Barbara Sturm face cream. I got this in my Revolve Beauty advent calendar. It actually is like a larger size than I feel like you typically get with the Barbara Sturm like samples. Not my favorite by any means, but I feel like I could easily use this up before the end of the year. Honestly, maybe I focus more on this than this for a morning time moisturizer, just to get this out. I really think I can do that. And then 2 more advent calendar products. I have the Kopari Golden Aura Body Oil, which I actually got this in an advent calendar last year. Ended up loving this so much that I bought this in a full size, which I also finished off the full size earlier this year. So I really should be able to finish this off. I know I love this. It has this really beautiful vanilla scent to it. It feels really nice and moisturizing on the skin. I should be able to use that up. I feel like with the size of my body right now, this would be like 2 uses. And then the final product that I have that I'm rolling in is a Salt and Stone product. It is the body lotion, and this is in a saffron and cedar. I will say I definitely prefer like the neroli scent to the saffron and cedar, but this is just a deluxe size, and I again feel like I really should have no issues reaching for this or using this up. I really should be using a body lotion because my legs look like lizard scales. But then I like get out of the shower, swiftly put my sweatpants on because it's cold here in Minnesota, and then I'm like, oh, I'm too lazy to put lotion on. So I guess I'll just continue on as a dry, scaly lizard. Anyway, you guys, that is going to wrap it up for today's update in my Desperately Need to Downsize Project Pan. I would love to know in the comments below, what products are you trying to finish up before the end of the year? Let a girl know. Or let me know a recent like non-makeup product that you've emptied out. I would love to hear from you. Other than that, thank you so much for sticking around to watch today's video and for supporting me and my channel as you guys always do. I love you guys so much, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye.